Welcome back to the podcast. I got Honey right here. Say what's up.
Are you back?
Show her the fit real quick. Show the fit. Okay.
I'll get the pictures.
And we got our special guest.
Yes.
You guys are following her. All 27,000 people are view. This is Life with Jaycie.
Yes, our girl, AZ Vibes.
So today we are going to be talking about this September is a deep month about suicide prevention awareness month, and honestly, it's very important to check on your people. You never know what anybody's going through. Some things, people go through and they are hiding it behind a mask.
Absolutely.
And this episode is definitely going to highlight that and how you can overcome suicide. And, if anybody could speak about it, just know that you're not alone and there's people out here that are going through it. So I love to hear about, your mental health. And I know you stated that, you're right now, she does a lot of beauty content, right?
Yes, your face is beat. I love
lifestyle.
it.
How did you get started as to being this influencer? I see you doing reviews on steak now. Food.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. It does go back to everything. Going back to when I was young, so we will talk about that. And
right.
So how I started was because I wanted to use my platform for something amazing to help others believe in themselves. Absolutely. Just like I thought once everybody would tell me, "Oh, you will never do it. You will never be big." Bullying was a big part of my life.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not proving anything to anyone but myself.
Oh, I love that.
And so here we are. We're not nowhere where we need to be, where we want to be, but better each day that goes
elevating.
by. Yes.
What you're trying to say, what you said is, you're not where you want to be, but you're definitely not where you used to be.
Absolutely.
That's something that a lot of people can take from, especially,
for sure.
I mean, me and Honey were talking about it too, and this episode just dropped. You guys can click right here. But it was about basically how we started in 2021 off the phones, like literally dropping off podcasts on Anchor. I don't know if you guys heard of Anchor.
Oh my gosh. So we haven't even used that this whole for years now, but
And it's like, you never know the growth until you look back. Like, you look back at it and you're like, oh shit, like that was me before. I used to be like this and now I'm over here elevating. Like, man, I'm so glad I did not give up, because if I gave up, I wouldn't be where I am today. And that's something that, what do you think about that, Honey?
Oh, absolutely. No, for sure. And with, I can't wait till we dive into her story about what she's talking, because we kind of touched on a little bit before. But where you start at is not always it's not where you're going to end up. And people have to always understand that when you go to the bottom, you can only go to the top. Like, seriously, you know what I mean? And I just always say that don't give up. Me and Raquel have been doing the podcast since 2021, and it's 2025. We've elevated so much, and we watched videos on how we were talking and carrying ourselves in our young age and how we are now. And us for to be that young, to have that mindset and want to have a podcast. And this is a platform where we can talk back to our people, talk back to us, and it's an open door type of policy here on the podcast. We want our followers and everyone, we call them fam, they're the real ones. That's our new thing now, because they've been rocking with us for years. And we want them to all know, like, we started somewhere and now we're here. We have many more mountains to climb, of course, but it's great to look back and see all of that growth and to be able to acknowledge the positivity that you've done for yourself and that we've been doing for other people as well that watch us. And just seeing you, I'm like, I love that we're going to dive into, like, getting to know you deeper on a more intimate level. I love that.
I think that's important, especially, like I said, we started 2021. We have been on the radio, 98.3, 97.5.
Yes.
We talked about mental health on the radio.
Oh my God, yeah.
We're really trying to break the stigma of mental health, because when you're raised in whether it's a Hispanic household, Black household, there's growing up, your parents didn't know about mental health.
Yes.
So it's like they're telling you, oh, you're just loca en la cabeza, or you're just crazy in your head. It's not
real. You have to be very, very private. Come up very privately. Don't let people know your business. Keep it in the house.
Yep.
Lie, cover it up. Like, we're not talking about this. Let it go. You know what I mean? It's just very pacified and just. It's just something else.
Is that how your childhood was like with mental health?
Yeah, I feel like with mental health, like, my parents are always there, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's certain things, we're not discussing outside of the house. We're not going to tell this person, that person, don't tell your friends all this stuff, just because that's just how I was raised. My parents were like that. Yeah. And I feel like with me wanting to talk more and get different opinions, it's like, oh, I couldn't, because, okay, my parents are going to be mad. And I'm like, maybe this person can help me because they're closer to my age, or they're my big cousin. I'm like, okay, okay, don't even ask nobody no questions. Just keep it at what my parents kept it as. And I feel like that really weighs heavily on like your mental health as a kid. And just your upcoming as an adult too, because you're like, well, fuck that. I don't want support. What is that, you know?
Yeah, because I agree. And I love that you were so open about that, especially being, being in a household where emotions should not be expressed. Don't cry. I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Exactly. Yes.
Or move your hand, or just like, it was like the different things that you grew up with.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like, growing up, how would you say your childhood household was like when it came to mental health?
So that's exactly, that's a very, 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 how do you say, a very deep topic, because so I guess we're just gonna dive in, right?
Yeah, just go ahead. Okay. Yeah, do you think?
So when I was young, exactly how Honey was saying it. We cannot talk. We cannot express ourselves.
Yeah.
In my case, when I was young, I got my bullies that I had. They actually sent 3 girls to beat me up in the high school restroom. So when I was able to get out of there, but when I got home, I was so scared to tell my parents, because my parents would be like, if you ever fight, like, you'll see when you get home. So it's like all these things were happening to me in school, but I was so afraid to even like put my hands up or like try to even push them away, because it's like I'm fighting, but that was never the case. So now that you're older, you're just like, oh my God, I could have defended myself. That doesn't mean that I'm hurting anyone. I'm just protecting myself. And so all these years, I've carried through all of that, right? And thankfully now I'm in a place where I'm just like, thank God, because I was able to learn and I was able to go through all of that to be able to talk to others that they can go ahead and move forward from it. And it's not the end of the tunnel. It's not the end of the road there. But my whole bullying thing started when I was in kindergarten. The first bully that I ever had was my kindergarten teacher. Oh my God. She did not like me because I don't know if Hispanic, like a lot of Hispanics have this, but we used to have like hair in our arms. So she would always be like, oh, changa fea, like that means, oh, you ugly monkey.
This was a teacher?
A teacher.
That's crazy.
Girl, what would you do if your teacher said that to you?
I'm going to whip her ass, bro. I'm going to be on Channel 10 News and be like, is that Honey from the podcast? Yes. Smelling in my mugshot. What the hell?
And she was my first bully.
And that's back old school teachers. They used to get away with this stuff. It's not like how it is now. Like they used to get away with a lot of shit. So I believe exactly what she's saying is true, because they used to torture fucking kids. And say the most fucked up shit to kids. Yeah. Oh my God.
And that's exactly what happened to me. She actually tortured me. So she would always grab me by my little hairs and just pull them. She actually yanked a part of my hair from my arm. So then and she's like, if you tell your parents, they will never believe you. Like, cause you're this and that. She started.
Go ahead and say the teacher's name real quick.
Oh my God, you drop her name and
girl, hold up.
Yeah. Dang. And so I told her, I was like, ow, like that hurt. Like, cause when she yanked it, I was like, ow, and I started crying because I started bleeding. And she's like, so she grabbed like a dirty rag from down the sink. It was all.
This is crazy.
It was dirty, like with mold and everything. And she's like, students, one of your classmates got an oopsies. I have to go take care of it. And I was just like, she's like, come here. But when she took me, she like grabbed me from here. She started going like this to me. Girl. She hated me. And I was just like, but I didn't do anything. I was crying. I was like, my mom, like. So then, long story short, she actually took me inside like this room that she had, and it was black. Like it was black. And so she got me and she literally sat me there and she's like, do not move. And so she grabbed like the nasty rag that she had it, and then because blood was actually dripping, so she went like that to the floor and then she put it in my mouth. And she's like, you cannot take it out. If you take it out, I'm going to call your parents and say that you were a bad kid and that you were doing this and doing that.
Oh, so that's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's
fucking sick.
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
I just want to know what kind of mindset a woman has to be in to be torturing children. That's
in Arizona?
Wild, bro.
What?
Anybody touch my niece, bro, like that? I swear to you, bro, you ain't gonna be here.
Like Glendale or Phoenix? You just drop the city at least.
I need to know like what school this is, so we should not take your kids there.
No, at least drop the city, because I need to know. It's Glendale.
No, it was Phoenix, but the school is no longer like.
Okay, good. It's not even here. Okay. Thank God.
But because of her, I was so afraid. I remember I would try to tell my parents. I'd be like, "Your teacher would never do that to you." Like this and that, and I was just like really, because you guys have to understand that the mentality from the parents, they were first-time parents, right? But then later on, that I was telling them when I was growing up, and I kept on saying the same thing over and over. They're like, "Wow, so that really did happen to you?" I was like, Of course it did. Like, I wasn't just making it up, you know? But that would be an ongoing thing. She would always pull my hair. She would always just like,
what?
Like slap me in the hand.
Girl, and you believe this?
Where's she at right now?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So she was my first big bully.
That's crazy to me. That's like some lifetime shit that you don't really do to someone else. Seriously, that's crazy.
Shit. I mean, if your kid told you this, honey, what?
No, seriously, I would honestly, I would believe my kid. That's why I'm like, you know, a firm parent, a single mom, so I do both roles, but I try to make sure like I express to my kids, like always tell me what's going on.
Yes.
And I read my kids a lot. If they're around people, they act weird or I notice things, I keep my kids by me at all times or with my mom. So I keep very limited on what my kids are around and who they're around. And with being in school, they go to a school where they're on cameras the whole time. Like, I'm very anal with that. Like, anything my kids tell me, I would believe them. Especially how life is now. People could say something about the police or I'm gonna kill your parents, or people are weird, honestly. And I hate that even you experienced that, because
I'm so sorry.
That's crazy for a grown woman to really treat like a little kid. And you said kindergarten, first grade?
Like you grabbing
that's 6 years old. My daughter goes to kindergarten next year. That's 6 years old. I would lose my mind.
Yeah,
but I would believe her for sure. I would believe her.
Yeah, and I would never. I didn't want to go back, right? But every single time my parents were like, "Yeah, you have to." And so because she knew that my parents weren't doing anything, she would just keep up with the abuse. Like, she would keep up. So she was like my big first bully, and it was an adult.
That's
so it's
crazy.
like. So then after that, a couple years go by, and then we're in middle school. And then these two girls, they followed me from middle school all the way to high school. They made my life a living hell. One, because so when I was younger, I used to be a little bit chunkier, right? Like more chunkier, like this and that. So they would always like make fun of me and pull my hair, put gum in my hair. But I think the worst part, that I remember, I mean, there was a lot of part, but the worst part was in high school.
Right.
In high school, they literally, like, they made my life a living hell. And then that's when I was just like, why do I want to keep living? Like, this is why, like, like, I just don't understand why you guys hate me so much. And I would ask them, like, I remember one time, like, why do you guys hate me so much? Like, what have I done to you?
Right.
And then this one of the girls, like, because you're ugly and because you're fat. And I was like,
wow,
that's the only reason you hate me? Like, really? And
you're beautiful. So I'm sure when she was younger, she was beautiful. Then their body shaming you on your weight is crazy. But and then middle school that sounds so high schoolish. But middle school, them to do that, so insecure. And I'm sure they're not even doing shit like what she's doing.
Now, you know, this is for people who got bullied, whether you were a child, an adult, or you're still going through it at the adult, and you want to fight your coworker or something now. But you know, getting bullied insane. And you saying, why do you hate me? Those questions right there, that hits home. Why do you hate me?
And then they just, because you're ugly, because you're fat, and then just terrorizing you at school.
Even in high school, like, girl, do you not grow up?
Getting jumped by 3 girls is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it in a movie before.
Yeah, I've seen that in movies, and you know, people recording like on Facebook and things like that. But that's crazy. I've seen it in person, and to me, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I don't do the jumping thing. I think that's like the worst things you can even do. Because if you dislike someone so much and you want to fight them, you fight them by yourself. Yeah. Stand on your own 2 feet and fight somebody. Because I'm damn sure you would have whooped their ass individually.
Line them up.
Because that's fucking crazy. No, seriously, I can't believe you had to endure that in middle school.
Sorry, yeah.
That really can mess up someone's like their self-confidence, and these are like nobodies, you know. But you're not thinking that because you're young. You don't probably have that many friends. It's all of them against you. Like, I can imagine how you could have felt being as a little girl. Like, that's a little girl still. You're in 7th grade, 8th grade. That's a little girl. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes like I look at the mirror myself and I'm like, you've come a long way, you know, like
absolutely. No, absolutely you have, babe, you have. I'm salute yourself.
And this is why it goes, I'm sorry, I'm like jumping back.
No, you're good.
You express yourself.
You're good.
I feel like now with my social media, I'm just like, I want to make sure to be there for people. And I've actually gotten a couple of messages. They're like, girl, like this and that. And I'm like, I just go in, like, if I can see them in person, I'm like, hey, let's go for coffee or matcha. Because I love I'm like, let me just go hug you. Let me just go talk to you. What is it? What's going on? Because nobody was there for me when I needed them.
Oh my
You know, nobody. And not my parents, because obviously they wouldn't believe.
Yeah, you're in that type of household, you know, growing up like now, you know, that's just how they probably was raised like that. That's just how their parenting styles, you know. And as the parents get older and they start to to learn different things. They realize their mistakes, and some parents will make up for it and try to listen to you and believe you and try to give you at least some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Just that comfort. You know, you need to have that confirmation from them. You can still get it, even though it's kind of like, well, I needed you to have it there. They can still give it to you now. You know, if you're willing to accept that, especially if they're willing to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't know this. You know, I was like this, or I was going through this. You know, to make sure that they try to help heal you the part that they did kind of help break a little bit. But that's insane.
Yeah, and she's sitting here talking about bullying.
That's to be so strong, to be young like that. That's crazy to have to deal with that.
Bullying follows you in adulthood. It doesn't leave you. And unfortunately,
how did you feel like in high school once you got out of being inside middle school and that?
So I wanted to have friends so bad, right? I just wanted to be liked. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be somebody who people would be like,
pleasing.
Hi, like, do you want to be friends? I think you're cool. Like, I wanted to, so that's what led to people pleasing, which led to my downfall, because people were like, oh my gosh, she's so like not genuine. How do you so like
naive?
She's so naive. Like, if we tell her to do this, she'll do it.
Right.
And like, in order for me, so I remember my breaking point in high school when was my first suicide attempt was because those same girls, I remember I stopped eating because they kept on calling me fat. They would leave notes in my locker, like calling me pig. They'd make pig sounds. Like, so these girls were popular in high school. So they would tell everybody, like, every time that she passes by, I'd just be like, oink, 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 or like stuff like that. Oh, and so I was like, and then some of their girlfriends there, like, would sit behind, because I had gorgeous, luscious hair, like curly, beautiful hair.
I love that you're saying that now, that you realize it.
Yeah, your hair is beautiful.
Yeah, now I'm just like, I had gorgeous, because before it was like, wow, why do I have so much hair? Like, they're right. I look like whatever, Tarzan or something, right? So I was just, so now I'm just like, but so what they would do is like, I remember one of them was just like, hi, Jen, how are you? And they just went like that on my back. And I'm like, oh, you're talking to me nice? Like, you see what it is? It's just like, I'm like, you're talking to me nice? And they're like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know, like, you're so beautiful. So you should have seen my eyes. I was like, oh, I am beautiful, like, and so they're like, yeah, and we thought that if you want to come to our slumber party, because back in the days there was like slumber sleepovers. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you're inviting me? And they're like, yeah. So just let me know, like, come after school, like, meet us at the library, and we'll give you, like, so your little
the information stuff, all that stuff for it.
And I was like, okay. So then I remember I got up from that class, and then I was walking, and then a girl was like, Jen, like, you have a big chunk of gum in your hair. And I was like, what do you mean? And then they're like, yeah, look. So when I went like that, literally, like, my hair was longer than this. All this, I don't know how they were, but it's because I did feel that they were going, but I thought they were just being nice, like, oh. Like,
oh my God, these little bitches is crazy. So then this is crazy.
So then what I had to do was like, my mom is gonna kill me. I was like, oh my God, I can't go home like this. So what I ended up doing was when I had art class, I got some scissors, like I took some scissors, and then I went to the bathroom and I just cut my hair, and I tried to do it in a bun. So I had it in a bun for like a good week. I was able to get away with it, and then obviously I got in so much trouble when my mom found out that my hair was short. She's like, what did you do? Like this and that. And then I was crying. It's like, it's because somebody put gum in my hair. This and that.
God.
And they're like, but you could have told me. I could have used like home remedies to try to take it off.
Take it out.
But I didn't know because I was so scared. And so that's what it led me to. I can't tell you guys anything.
Ice or like peanut butter. I know like people use like all types of
now,
peanut butter.
Yeah. But so that was like, oh my God. Like you guys. So I remember. Little old me just went, and I remember the next day I was like, hey girls, I'm like, why did you guys do that to my hair? And she's like, you fat pig, why are you come talking to us? What makes you think that you can talk to us? And I was like, you guys did this? No, we didn't. Are you saying that we did? So they just started being like super worse now. So I was just like, so then time passes by. They were still, obviously, it's the same day, the same routine, giving my lunch, like, you know what you guys said, giving my lunch, giving my money, giving my snacks that we would, like, that I would
What? What the hell?
And so it started when I was, like, I was seeing this little boy that I was like, oh my God, he's so cute and stuff. So they noticed that. And so they used that to basically get me to getting jumped. Because they were like, hey, like, so-and-so wants to see you. Like, he wants to take you on a date. He thinks you're so pretty, this and that. And here, like, I just don't know why I kept falling for it. Like, I don't know why I kept falling for their niceness. So, long story short, I remember they're like, hey, they want to see you, like, by art class. And he wants to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So then, literally, it was just, like, a setup. It was just a setup because I was waiting. I was like, oh my God, but I have to go to the bathroom.
What the fuck? These girls are crazy. Like, these were really, like, legit mean girls.
It was bad. And I honestly, I don't think Mean Girls, like, covers it. Like, I don't think
they're going
these were girls that didn't love themselves.
Yeah, because they're jealous of how you look. And, like, you guys go to the same school. Y'all both have parents. Like, what is it that they were missing that you were getting that they noticed? Like, you being happy at school? Were you good at school? Like, were you into sports? Like, were you doing something that they're like, anything? Or they just, like, they really just walking around like, wow, we're just gonna terrorize her?
Well, no, the thing is that I ended up getting really depressed later. Like, I ended up getting really depressed. I wouldn't eat. I wanted to do, like, the whole, like, anorexia thing. But for some reason, like, my parents would always be like, you're looking too skinny. Like, eat more. So, like, I couldn't.
No, they're like, hey.
Especially Spanish parents. Yeah, my mama, she's always cooking some food, girl. No, she stay cooking some food.
Yeah, you gonna make sure honey eats. You're like,
yeah, my mama, stop playing that shit. Puerto Rican mom's gonna put it down.
Yes, yeah. So I was trying to get into that, and unfortunately, well, thank God I didn't. But so I guess from all this, I think my biggest one, besides the jumping, was when they were like, we want to talk to you. We want to stop being mean to you. And we want to tell you, like, why we've been mean to you. So I was just like, okay, like, finally. Like, this. And I told myself, I'm like, if they do anything else, Jen, like, literally, like, you better slap yourself because you're literally falling all over and over again.
Seriously.
So then I remember they were like, we noticed that you're not eating on lunch. Why are you not eating? And then they're like, well, we got some snacks if you want some. Like, we just want to make peace with you. And I was like, okay. So they're like, wait, just meet us by the bathroom. We just want to go touch up and do your makeup or something, right? And I was like, okay. So then I went inside the bathroom, and tell me why, because I would be a loner in school. Like, even the friends that I have, they turned them against me. So I was just a loner, and I would go eat lunch in the bathroom. So
wow, that's crazy.
I remember that I had my lunch tray, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna put it in. And so they went in, they're like, why are you eating lunch in here? Like, that's disgusting. Like, that's only what pigs do. And I was like, really? Like, you all of a sudden.
So y'all really that desperate to get her attention that y'all went to the bathroom where people take a shit out just to make that, just to say that?
That's fucking crazy to me. Like, the way these girls are, to me, is just insane. How hard they were going just to terrorize you. That's called terrorism. That's terrorizing somebody.
That is terrorizing.
That's like really taking it to the end to tell like you really fuck with someone so bad that they want to think about something that they shouldn't even at that age. That's crazy.
Yeah, and
to even think about any type of suicide or leaving the earth because of what people are doing at school, and you can't tell anyone at home, like, to have to go through that, really go through that.
Yeah, and so I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I remember, like, nobody was in there in the bathroom because it was like kind of a secluded bathroom. So I was like, that was red flag now that I know. First of all, why would I go all the way there by myself? But there I was. And then so they're like, you're eating your food here like a pig, blah, blah. So I remember I had my thing and I wanted to put it like to the side because I saw that they were coming for me. So when I went like that, they pushed me inside a stall where the bathroom was. But the thing is that the bathroom already had poop and like period blood and stuff like that. So what they ended up doing is like they threw my tray to the side, and then they got me and they just made me. They're like,
are you serious?
So I literally like had my face in all that stuff. Oh my. So I was just like, now I'm just like now that I look back at it, I'm like, why did I let myself do those things? You know, like,
I understand, the self-blame, but when you're young, we tend to make mistakes, but it doesn't mean we should be beating ourselves up. It's just being, you know what, hey, because you're going to make mistakes even in your adult life. And we're like, fuck, why did I fall for that person? Or fuck, why did I do this?
Literally.
But it's like, it's not about blaming ourselves. It's about learning.
And fixing the mistake.
You're going to keep learning and learning, but it's like, you being aware now is going to help somebody who's watching this
be aware.
Maybe they're in school right now watching this.
This is going to help somebody.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a difference because this is like,
it's your story.
Kids go through this. This is the truth. Kids really do go through this. No one talks about this.
They don't speak about it because they're scared or they're scared they're going to get more humiliated.
Right. Or embarrassed. But
I didn't talk to anybody but just myself. Like, I'd look at myself in the mirror every night and I'd be like,
that's insane.
So then that led me to like wanting to take my life because I was like, there's nobody, first of all, nobody's listening to me. Nobody's there for me. And I was just like, it's only myself. Like, who is going to help me? Who's going to save me? Until I realized that I ended up doing the whole suicidal thing. And thank God I'm here being able to talk about it. But I was about to be gone that day until like I remember I was just praying like in the ICU. I was like, God, if you let me live again, I will never let anybody do this to me again, and I will know better. So that was like the first time. And so I was just crying to God, and everything. And when I was there sitting in my room or in the ICU, I was just like, Jen, like, you need to learn to love yourself. Yeah. Love yourself through this whole process. Love yourself through all of this pain, because one day this is going to like make you stronger. One day this is going to be part of your story that you're going to be able to tell somebody.
And you're so strong. You're so strong. I can't believe you had to endure that, and you actually went through it. And that's when God stopped that, because your life is worth something, and you're worth being here and worth living. It's just who you are. You're worth it. Everything you're doing, you're worth it. That is something that no one should ever feel like or do, and be pushed that far to do so. I think I know Raquel's getting emotional.
Yeah, because this is deep. This
it is, and this is I can't believe it. I didn't know. I didn't even know.
The thing is, crazy. Too, is, I think in your childhood you were chasing approval and validation. And that's, when you do that, you lose a sense of yourself. Yeah. And then when you start realizing, I don't fucking need those girls in my life.
Right.
I don't need these people in my life. All I need is myself and my own approval. You never needed those approval.
No.
They are probably looking at you like, oh shit.
The bitches suck.
She up and we down now.
Yeah.
You broke and I'm up. So it's like you have to realize, like, when you're chasing the approval, that's when you lose yourself. Because like example, you want to please a guy, and to the point where you're losing yourself, to the point where you're trying to please him so much that you're forgetting who you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that becomes people pleasing. Yes. But it's like, but you learn from that. And that's why you're like, why did I go through it? Because you're meant to tell your story. That is why you're here. Because you're helping other people be like, hey. And now when you have a niece, when you have a sister, when you have somebody who's getting bullied, you're like, all right, let me tell me what's the name, what's going on right now.
Seriously.
Now you're going to help the kids in your life. That's why we go through things.
Absolutely.
To help the kids.
But I think above all, I would be like, above everything that, I want to go and to the bullies, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm here for you and you're loved.
Yeah.
And I hear you.
Right.
Because I know what it feels like to not be heard or be seen. Mm-hmm. So I tell me what's going on. I want to be able to
seriously.
Wow.
Be able to do that. And that would be shocking for them to see. Yeah. I'm sure they wouldn't even believe it. Like, oh, is this a trick? Is she trying to get me?
I know.
And you're really brave for telling your story, because here's the thing.
What did you do after that? Yeah. Like, how did you get out of that,
Like that circle.
Yeah, just that mindset to reset, after, days, weeks going by, to get back to you.
So I realized that I had a full life ahead, because one of the things, because I'm like, okay, if I would have left this earth,
right,
it would have, first of all, they are happy doing their own thing, bullying other people maybe, or, just them doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. But then there I am, me suffering, almost dying in the hospital bed. Like that just says a lot, right? Yeah. It's just like, so then what about me though? Like, I'm the only person who has myself.
Yeah.
So then I have to love myself. Yes. Yeah. So I'm letting them win, and because look at where I am. Yeah. And they're over there probably telling the whole school of what happened.
Laughing, saying, look how we did, we got her, she's out of here.
Yeah.
No, you don't let them win.
Yeah, so I was just like, no. So then I remember I was like, okay, God, if you let me live again, like if you give me another chance, I will live to literally talk to other people about this. Mm-hmm. But besides everything, I'm like, I want to live because I want to be able to one day tell my story. Mm-hmm. And one day be there for the people that maybe felt like me once, and be there for them. Because when I was there, nobody was there. So I was like, who can help me? Like, who's there? Nobody was there. Just me and my shadow and myself in my mirror. Mm-hmm. So I was like, so if I live, I'm like, I want to be able to be that person. Yeah, I never thought of becoming like an influencer when I was little. I was more like, oh my God, like I would see Nicole Guerrero and Cardi B. I was like, oh my God, I want to be like that. But they were more focused on makeup and lifestyle, but I wouldn't be like, okay, I want to be able to like talk to people that are going through not just bullying, really, like, but they're also like
be genuine about it.
Mental health.
Give yourself to them,
Yeah, and that's exactly, actually not too long ago, I actually talked to a really good friend, and you're right, something that you did say in the beginning, you're like, a lot of people paint this face, like this happy face. There's like, they portray one thing, but on behind the phone, they're like,
really opposite.
They're going through it.
Yeah.
And so I remember I talked to this friend, and she's like, you just look so happy all the time. Like, how are you so happy? And I was like, because we have one life. We can't just go around hating, angry.
You have to keep going.
And that's what I told her. I'm like, you gotta keep going. You can't let these people win. You can't let these people take you to the hospital or want to even like, because I remember she told me she also felt like she wanted to get it. And I was like, girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm like, I love you. God loves you.
Absolutely.
And there's going to be people who are going to be so happy that you're alive. Your kids love you.
No,
do it for them, you know?
And that's crazy. That's crazy.
And it's crazy how, like, even nowadays, like, we have, like, like adults that are still, like, trying to take their lives away.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many outlets, but it is so serious, and it is really a mental thing.
It is.
That when you get to that point and you're that mentally crushed and like deteriorating, it's literally you're dying. That's what it feels like. And that's when you come to that point where you're like, I'm gonna just do it and see. Let me just do it and see what happens. And when it actually happens and you actually get that second chance, you're like, what the fuck? You know, it's kind of like someone having an epiphany, like, wow, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want this. I don't want this. I need to fight harder. Like, this is my time to come back and come back harder. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I get where you're coming from, and I totally I'm glad that we're speaking about this and being so open about how hard it is to go through something like that, especially having to put a front on for people.
And then the worst part is that actually, like, 2 weeks ago, I got another bully, 2 older men. So I went to this first Pilates. Yep.
Man.
I went to these 2 first Pilates class, like my very first Pilates class.
Right.
It was like in a cafe, and it was just girls.
Men do Pilates too. I just found that out.
No, but since it was in a cafe, there was like a lot of married people. So
okay,
then it was crazy because I actually was editing my video, and I was all out. I was like, okay, I got this and that. So I was like editing, and then when I was seeing the video, I just saw these guys just staring. At first, I thought they were saying something, or something like nonsense. But then, like, I was like, okay, I kept looking at it, and then tell me why it just brought me deja vu, because they were literally looking at me, and then the guy was like, and like they were laughing. But then the other part, so it was like we had to put our legs up and then go down, up and down like that. So then the guy literally like goes like this, like he opens his eyes and looks at me, and then he's like, like oink, 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 oink. You can see it in the video.
Wow.
I was like,
These are grown ass men.
that's
Wow.
I hope your daughters don't feel that way when they come back to them.
That's disgusting. First off, like, be fucking serious.
These are grown
Be
ass
fucking
men,
serious.
dude. Like,
what the fuck?
You are fucking.
If it's open, is it like where it's more of like a window of a studio, or was it just like out in the
no,
open?
so it was like if we were in here, right? And then the cafe where they were giving the coffee was right here, and then over there we had that side to everybody was laying there Pilates.
Oh, okay.
So people were able to see and
just drink. Okay, so just very open. Okay, modern set.
But I was like, so that gave me deja vu. So I looked at the video, and this is how I know that I've grown, because I looked at the video. At first, I was like, wow, like these guys. Like that's all I said. I was like, wow. But then I was like, then it just gave me. It went back to the whole like oink oink part where they used to bully me like that.
Yeah.
And then I just shut the iPad.
That would be a huge trick for me. I would tweak out. I feel like I would go like just shut off for a second, like reset.
Yeah, I literally just like shut my iPad, and I was like, okay, deep breath, because that doesn't define you. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Whatever they say, that's between them. That's how they feel. And because they look at the world like that, doesn't mean that you're going to shut how you see life light. You're not that. And you've worked hard to get to where you are.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, no. So then I was like, you know what? I'm probably going to do a TikTok about this, because honestly, I feel like there's a lot of girls out there that don't want to go out and do exercise, Pilates, because they don't have the perfect body.
Yeah, and you're going to get to where your dream is at, or whatever you feel like your dream body is supposed to be. So you're doing that, you're already fucking up.
So I was just like, no, I'm not going to let that.
Terrington went down and they're doing something positive. Like, how much of a bigger hater can you be?
Right.
At this point,
what's really wrong with you?
When you are that
mommy issues,
grown, like it's just more of like you're grown.
Yeah,
and
you're a grown man.
You are picking on a
to another grown woman.
You got daughters?
That's ridiculous.
You got daughters?
Do you have morals? Like, you're an adult.
Yeah, I think when it comes to,
and you're not fat, so
Exactly.
I don't understand. I'm like, what is going on? I'd hate to have to use that word, but if you're a big girl, you're a big girl. But I don't see the point of doing that to someone at all.
It's more like
even calling skinny girls bony. I don't see the point of doing any of that. Bro. You know, body shaming for what?
You know how ugly you are by saying shit like that?
Yeah, it just really points out your own flaws. Girls are not gonna want to fuck
with you at all,
It points out your own flaws.
It shows that you gonna treat your woman and call her.
Is it because you know you can't get with a girl that's thick? That you can't get with a girl that's pretty?
You can't pull a girl or
you intimidated that she was actually out there doing something for her, not worried about a man.
Exactly.
It was something that she was doing, being positive, her own doing things. She wasn't with no friends. It was just her. Recording herself, and you guys want to sit there and be dickheads for no reason.
So guys, if you guys are seeing this, I really hope you guys don't have daughters, because if you guys if your daughters ever get into a position like that, I wonder how you guys are going to feel.
Hell yeah.
But I don't want no karma on you, but just like
being real, fuck y'all. I'm saying fuck y'all authentically. Fuck y'all.
It's so sad because it's like. But it's not even karma. It's like you reap what you sow in this life.
You
If
do.
you are
God
a shitty ass person,
do.
you are going to reap that shitty ass life.
God sees it.
If you do good in this world, you will have a great life.
Blessings.
So it's like be careful how you move in this world.
Be genuine. Move genuinely. Have a genuine heart. That's it.
Yeah.
Be a good person. Simple.
And how you know you ain't gonna be oink oink. Like how you know you ain't gonna lose yourself in the next
couple
years.
Had a little dick anyway. Yeah. Let's be real. Little dick energy. That's what it gave.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're really gonna sit there and talk about somebody who is not even doing shit to you, minding their own fucking business, and you are, and you're not even in high school, so that just makes it even fucking worse.
Right? That's what I'm like.
You a 40-year-old man calling a woman.
You know, everybody loves thick women. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, y'all lying.
Like, apparently not that. Girl, it was too much for them.
God damn, little dick energy.
Yeah.
In case they watch.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you got LDE for sure. Okay. But when it comes to why you went through it, it's because you're telling your story.
Yeah, that's part of your strength.
It's your story. It's not nobody else's story.
God doesn't gives us his worst fights, worst wars to his strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
He does, and that's just it's just a volume to show that that's true.
It's your testimony.
He's teaching you something and showing you something that's higher purpose.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going further than just being on here, but this is where it's starting at now, being able to be told and being seen by so many people. You can teach so many men and women, so many kids, adults.
Kids, for sure, adults, you know what I mean? Anybody,
Young adults, you have young trans kids that are like 13, 12, 14. I mean, imagine how much they go through and how much they don't have someone that they can talk to. They can be able to reach out to you through your platforms and get that advice and that, you never know. They might need to have that person they can reach out to. Yeah. And you have been through a lot to be able to teach them.
And my Instagram is open for anybody who wants to talk. Yes. I feel you, I see you, and I hear you. Absolutely. So if you ever want to talk, we're all here for you guys. You guys are not alone.
Absolutely.
No, and when it comes to September being about suicide prevention, this is definitely a way to connect with people.
Yeah, definitely.
Because when you're, the signs, the signs that somebody's going through it, just in case anybody wants to know, is they're quiet and they do not talk about. They withdraw from their friends. They withdraw from people. They don't want to talk to anybody. They start shutting down.
Gotcha.
So once you start, that's why it's important. Check on your people because you never know what somebody's going through. And the thing is, sometimes you're checking on them and they're not responding. So that's when it's like
keep checking,
keep messaging, keep going because
maybe that person make a difference. Yeah, you never know.
And what's another sign that you feel like?
Well, on my case, I wasn't really quiet. I was more like trying to talk.
It's the people that's always happy and smiling and
that's where I wanted to say.
Not even like being attention-seeking people, but they're just, they're the life of the party sometimes.
Yes.
And it's those people that are so good. They're so good at hiding what's really going on in their life, and you would never really know until they really said something or something like you say, what happened, but something tragic really happened, and you learn that what this friend needs more support than I thought.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's all it is. That having that acknowledgement, sometimes it just having that acknowledgement means a lot.
And to know one thing is that whoever's watching this, because this episode is very deep to me, but I can't say why because I do respect their privacy. But people close to me went through this recently, and
absolutely,
I did check up on them, and I did reach out to them, and they wouldn't respond. But the thing is, you don't know what somebody's going through.
Yeah, you really don't. You have to check on your friends.
You really don't know, and
take that step. Family, anybody, take the step and just check and ask And that's all you can do. It's God's will at the end of the day. It's on His plan, and it's gonna be what it is gonna be. But make sure you're able to reach out to your people.
Yeah,
and show that love.
Whoever's watching this, I just want you to know that you have a purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
World. You have a reason to live. You have
You're
so
enough.
much people love you.
You're enough.
So much people love you. Even if your mind is fucking telling you that they don't love you, or to do these thoughts, and just be aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts are
positive.
so your mind can control you if you don't control your mind.
Daily affirmations and positive affirmations, speaking about yourself in a higher power, higher tone, seeing yourself somewhere higher than you are. Yeah. Those type of exercises, they might sound corny, but they really do work. And you're doing them every day, you're gonna create your own reality.
Stay positive.
You're gonna be able to be positive, and you're gonna learn and be able to love yourself the way people can't, and they're not seeing you as.
Yeah.
And you just gotta remember that.
And just remember that God made you with a purpose. You are wonderfully made,
absolutely.
and you were born for a purpose.
Yes,
not to please anybody, but to please whatever your dreams, go for them, because that's what you were here for. Yeah. So don't let nobody define you.
Yeah, nobody can define you, and that's why it makes you look at yourself how you were before and how you handle things now.
Because you've came such a long way.
Because if you gave up, you wouldn't be doing all these. Like I see you doing all these Lola influencers. TikTok. I mean, you do all these things. And you came out of your shell, and you have a whole new life ahead of you.
Do you ever have moments where you think like, are you getting that mindset? Like, you're doing much better, which is amazing. And do you ever like have moments when like you're kind of like, you're on top, you're thriving, and you get in that mindset like, oh no, this is not enough, or I'm not doing enough, and like have to snap out of it because you had to go through that for such of a long time?
I think that.
Or have those little moments of doubt.
Yeah, because I'm human, right? Where we all go through, especially in the influencer world, you always see people doing better. There's always people who are doing better. So sometimes you're just like, or like, let's say you don't have enough, because it's crazy, but I also want to say this, likes do not define you. Views do not define you. You define who you are.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I even, it's crazy because a lot of people ask me that, right? And I'm just like, at first, in the beginning, I did kind of struggle a little bit because I was just like, oh, my video didn't get enough views today. I didn't get enough likes. Does that mean that I'm not enough sometimes? Or, and then later I was like, no, whoever's going to watch it's going to watch it. Whoever likes it's going to like it. And that doesn't mean I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
That just means that my people are not here yet.
Yeah.
But then it's because I'm doing it because I love it. And I get to reach out to so many people.
It's hard to find a passion and have like that real love and crave for it to actually do it and put in your all, because your videos be popping.
Yeah,
I love your content.
Yeah,
it's always crispy, clean. The sound of it, everything is just always nice and professional. I love your content, and you be talking about some popping stuff, cool little places, food places. I love it. It's bomb as fuck. I love it.
But I'm also going to, now that it's gonna be a little soft launch, but I'm gonna start talking about. I want to start doing like little sit down talks, because you guys see a lot of I've gotten a lot of videos that or messages like, oh my God, you have this beautiful life, like always so happy, bubbly stuff. But because I came to this podcast, I wanted you guys to also see my other side, a lot of side that you guys don't know that I've went through.
Right.
And there's still more stuff. This is just a little bit of.
This is the beginning.
Yes, you're getting really getting to know her real herself. And you see sexual assault, that could happen with your husband, anybody.
Yes,
it doesn't even. It can happen with anybody that you're around. That's a male, female. Don't let them brainwash you, confuse you. Any of that, it can happen to anybody at any time. You do not have to be underage or anything.
When it comes to, what Honey said too, it can happen to anybody. And, you are so brave.
Intoxicated
to be
or not.
on this podcast and talk about.
You're very, very strong.
Two big topics that nobody likes to talk about.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I commend you. And I'm sure everybody in this room commends you
for
staying here
and
talking about this, because it's so personal.
And
this is why you went through it, right?
Healed. I love that. I see her telling the story.
So girls can see what you went through, so girls can be like,
and you can teach them and help them.
This
be
is
there.
Why you're here, because you have a purpose in this world, and you matter. And it doesn't matter what anybody says. The mean girls, the mean guys who are fucking 40 years old. You are 40 years old, bro. You're not in high school no more. You're at your peak.
And with 27K, 28K followers, and she came through that far. That's amazing.
And you have 27.
Applaud yourself.
Yeah, applaud yourself.
That is the shit. That you doing it. You made it out of what you were probably told, and you beat the odds.
Yeah.
You know, you beat the odds.
I'm so proud. You guys haven't
Be proud of yourself. That's a beautiful story to tell.
Yeah, I mean, you have a purpose, and just knowing that you have that purpose, and you are obviously, you went through this. When we go through pain in life, we ask ourselves, why do we go through it? But it's to tell a story, and that's what you're doing. You were on the Realness Lounge podcast telling your story,
being real, being
so
authentic. I can't wait to watch you and see you on the screen and hear the stories and how you're gonna do your set. I can't wait to see you continue to blossom and continue to beat the odds and be strong and do this for the women out there. Okay, she's doing it for women. There's survivors around. Before we even get off, I want to make sure you share your ad so they know where to reach you at, how they can get in touch with you if they want to reach out to you. Email, Instagram, whatever you use.
Instagram would be at Life with Jaycie, TikTok at Life with Jaycie, and also email Life with Jaycie. And I would love, if you guys ever need just somebody to talk to, just even a hug, I am here for you guys. And my DMs is, or I don't even like to say DMs, but my mailbox is open for you guys.
Like, don't be going down on the DMs.
Yeah, because I always say that, but I'm here. We're all here, and thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we can come again, because there's other topics that we did not discuss, and there's more stuff.
This is part one. We're gonna be doing part two. Don't even worry about that, baby.
Yes, because the next, let me just give you a glimpse, is dealing with toxic family and friendships.
Oh, definitely put me on there. Let me hop into that one. I got some spicy story.
Yes, especially friendships, because that also led to
you can be bullied. Your friends can be bullying you. You don't even know it.
Yep.
So,
we have one more thing to talk about, right, Raquel?
Yeah, if this is for the viewers. If any of you guys are experiencing any suicide attempts, if you guys are having any thoughts, make sure you call 988, talk to a crisis mental health counselor, and also make sure you talk to a friend that you trust, a family member. Just know that you are not alone. If you guys are having any mental health issues, make sure that you do reach out to your insurance. And now a lot of people don't know this, but insurance does cover mental health visits. So make sure you reach out to your insurance as well. You do not have to pay. Sometimes we don't have the money. You can also reach out to local organizations to find somebody that will actually cover your visits. And also, if you work, you might also have an EAP, which is an employee assistance program. What they do is they cover the first 3 visits. After that, you have to pay it, but they do help you for the past 3 visits. So make sure you guys use your mental health resources. Talk to a friend, talk to your insurance, talk to your work, but make sure you do not give up on your mental health and do not give up in life, because you have way more to live for than what you think.
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll put it in the description box as well.
Yeah, we'll find it right here, guys.
You can definitely reach out to me.
If you need any mental health resources, reach out to Valentina.
Yeah, I got child mental health. I know a lot of different therapists out here. Definitely have some resources for families, anybody struggling, shelter-wise, any type of resource you need, food, money, whatever. Hit me up. I got you.
Yeah, and what would you like to tell somebody? Somebody's watching this right now that is going through suicidal thoughts and just thinking like, I shouldn't be here. What would you tell somebody right now?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to put your life on the line, especially because whatever you're dreaming of, that's where you're going to get. But first, you need to be okay. And you can go ahead and reach out to anybody, but just know that you're worth it, and you are here, and you were born for a purpose.
Absolutely.
And I would say, I love you even though I don't know you, and I send you such a big, big hug, and I want you to know that you're not alone. But also remember, God loves you. God loves you so much.
Yes. Yes.
Life with Jaycie, everybody. Make sure you guys follow her on TikTok, Instagram. Yes. She has a lot more to come, a lot more projects to come. And shout out to you. Want to shout out your friend in the back?
Yes. Shout out her homegirl back there, support.
Yes, my supporters. I love her. Also, she does do bridal makeup and bridal hair. So if you guys ever go and put her at
see, that's how you support your friend.
Yeah, support your friend.
Supporting her. Now she's supporting her back. That's what she's talking about.
Right.
Full circle, baby.
Y'all better get your wife right. Hit her up.
Get your wife right. Get your
guys like my hair?
I loved your hair. Your hair is beautiful.
That was all her.
I love it.
And what was the?
Desiree.
Oh.
Yeah, and her Desiree. What was it? Sparks Beauty Code.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and
you look good. You look put together. Yes, very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
We're gonna add her business too at the end of the video. We're gonna,
so you guys can follow it. Event. I might need to have my shit whipped and dipped.
You guys?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll call my girlfriend right now and be like, hey, you need your hair done. and looking like right.
Amazing.
Okay,
she also cuts hair and colors. So.
You got some beard service.
Old jack of trades over here, baby.
Make sure you guys follow her Instagram.
Absolutely.
If you want to give it out.
Yes, it's at Anna Bridals. The Ana Diaz Bridal.
Ana Diaz Bridal.
Okay.
Ana Diaz Bridal. We'll put it in the
Let's go. We got you.
But again, guys, this is suicide prevention. Make sure you check on your people. Text them. Make sure you
Send
give
them love,
a big
send them love.
hug. Tell them that they matter. Text 10 people right now and tell them that they matter in this
I
world.
love you.
And that you love them.
Okay, did you eat today?
Did you eat? Yes. Text 10 people. Hug your friends.
Yes.
Hug your family. You never know what somebody's going
gotta
through.
ask them.
And you could be the difference. So shout out to the real ones
Yes.
out here. Make sure you like, share,
Thank
and subscribe.
you.
And by all means, make sure you guys make a difference in this world.